inizio peor. Inizia baiata.
Please subscribe, like, comment, and hit the notification bell.
Hey friends, how are y'all? If you're new here, my name is Brandy, and I've been following WW for about 2 years. There was a short time period when I switched to just counting calories, and that was like last year when the plan was like the personal points plan. I just didn't vibe with that plan at all, so I went to counting calories. But in November, when they changed the plan, I went crawling back to WW. So I've been watching a lot of YouTube, and I've seen, just ignore my dog, I've seen a video trend going around that is, what are some of the WW rules that you don't follow? And at first I was thinking, there's not any. I follow all the WW rules, right? Just like the good little girl. But the more I thought about it, I was like, no, that's not true. There's definitely some things that I either currently don't follow or have never followed with WW. So this will be really quick because it's not like a lengthy number of things. So I just wanted to share. And I've watched a few of these videos, and I think one of the common things that other people don't follow with WW is blended fruits, like when they're making protein smoothies or shakes, that sort of thing. I actually don't ever have to worry about that because I never make smoothies. So that's not, if I made smoothies, I can see the thought behind that. You know, a banana is a banana regardless if it's smoothied or eaten whole. But anyhow, that's not one that pertains to me, but I just wanted to highlight that one. And then the other videos I watched, they've been pretty variable about what different people follow. I know another common one is like people don't count their coffee, their first coffee cup of the day. Again, that one does pertain to me, but I always do count my coffee. So, yeah, I just didn't want to be allowed to have like, you know, Starbucks for free and whatnot. And I guess you could make the rule you're at home coffee, but still it keeps me drinking the sugar-free ones and not going crazy at home. So let's get into, I think I pinpointed like 5 or 6 different things that according to WW, I'm breaking the rules. So let's go into my number 1. Okay, so the number 1 thing I don't follow with WW is olive oil. If I saute vegetables in a little bit of olive oil, I am not tracking the points for this. However, I will say prior to WW, every vegetable, every time I sauteed, I used olive oil. However, now it's very, very rare, and instead I'm using cooking spray, olive oil spray. I even bought like a mister to put my own olive oil in, but I will say that only worked for a short period. It kept getting clogged, and then it was, instead of misting, it was like a fine stream. So tracking olive oil is one thing I do not follow. However, if I'm going to make like a salad dressing or something substantial, like a sauce with chimichurri sauce, which uses a substantial amount of oil, then I'm for sure including those points. I'm talking about when you just do a tiny drizzle in a pan, that is a freebie for me. And my thought behind this and how this has started is, I think the very first week I was on WW, like I tried to measure it and it was just overwhelming. And so if it's overwhelming for me, I'm not gonna do it. And therefore I wouldn't, if I held myself to like that high standard of you had to follow every single rule, then I wouldn't follow the plan, and I would be more likely to quit versus just, you know, manipulating it ever so slightly where I'm still doing better, you know, on my own rules. Number 2. So I'm still in my pantry to get started on number 2, and that is seasonings. I do not track seasonings. And this goes back to what I was saying in point 1. If I'm trying to measure this while I cook, that's just not how I cook. And that's gonna stop me and get me off track. So I can't imagine that any of the seasonings are super high points in the amount you use anyways. I've honestly never even looked. I've never scanned them. I'm just gonna do me, and that is it. Obviously, do I have probably some of the barbecue sauce that has like sugar, or barbecue seasonings that have sugar and stuff, may be higher points. And whereas like, you know, obviously thyme or Italian season probably is no points. But I couldn't tell you because I've never looked, and I'm never going to look, and I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not the kind of cook who measures seasonings. So therefore, if I was trying to measure it just for WW, that would deter me from my weight loss goals. So don't count my seasonings, never have, never will. Number 3. So these little bags are rotisserie chicken. And if you watch any of my videos, you probably know I eat a lot of rotisserie chicken from Costco. It's just so cheap and it's easy. But the thing is, when I eat rotisserie chicken and I just pull all the meat off the chicken, I do not worry about separating it into breast versus thigh versus dark meat and all that. To me, I put it in 3 or 4 ounce baggies. And when I use it for salads or meal preps, I just use it as 0 point chicken. However, if my husband and I are eating it as a meal, then I will separate the breast and I eat the breast and he eats the leg and thigh quarters. But if I'm pulling the chicken all together, I just count it as all 0 points. And I only do that with rotisserie chicken. And I don't know, it's just something I've always done because I'm buying those rotisserie chicken to keep me on track with meal prep a lot of the time. And I looked at it as you win some, you lose some. So if I'm staying on track meal prepping, just working in a little of that dark meat is not gonna kill me. And I don't save the skin and whatnot. And to be honest, when I pull the meat off the chicken, I feel like 90% of the chicken is the breast. I don't get really into there, especially on the legs, because I don't like leg meat and all those little tendons. So the little bit I get from the thigh and whatever, I just give it to me as a freebie. I'm not gonna worry about it and I'm not gonna waste the chicken either. So for that, I just give it to myself for 0 points. Always have, always will. Number 4. Okay, on the topic of meat, that brings us to the next one. And the only example I have currently right now is ground turkey breast, but it's similar to chicken. If I'm eating ground turkey or ground chicken, I will give myself 0 points for anything 93% fat-free and higher. I know WW, you have to hit that 98 or 99 percentile for it to be 0 points. If not, it's either 3 or 4 points per serving. But I do not do that, and mainly the reason is because it's very hard for me to find 99% or 98%, and I was finding 96%, I believe, or maybe 97 right when I started off on my journey. One of those, and I'm like, hey, it's 1% different. I'm paying the increased price. I'm struggling to find it, so I just gave it to myself. And honestly, at the very beginning, I didn't even realize the one I was buying wasn't 99%. It was just ground turkey. I buy it at Costco in the big packs. And it just said ground turkey. So I was using it at 0 points for over a year. And then finally, it dawned on me that it didn't say 99% on it. So then when I went and looked up that specific brand, I think that's when I realized that one was either 93, 94, or 95. And I was like, heck, I lost most of my weight calling this one 0. So ever since then, once I had that realization that the one that I thought was 0 points wasn't, and I still was successful, then I didn't change it. And I eat a lot of ground turkey and ground chicken. And again, in my head, this replaced my ground beef, so I'm already doing better. So if it has a few extra percentage of fat, I'm not gonna knock myself for that. And I'm outside because we keep all our meat in our outdoor freezer. Number 5. And the last way I cheat on WW is small ticket items. I know you probably can't see what's in here, but it's just cherries. And these are my husband's special cocktail cherries. I'm out of my maraschino cherries that I put on my ice cream and whatnot. But the small items I'm talking about, those that are 5 to 10 calories, that WW for whatever reasons deem those as 1 point. But I'm sorry, I'm not charging myself a single point for a 5-calorie cherry. Also, I think olives are similar, 2 olives are 10 calories, and they want you to charge a point. I'm not gonna do that to myself. Now, if I'm sitting down having 10 olives, that may be a different situation. And similar with individual Hershey Kiss or any type of hard candy, I really like these lemon circle ones. If they're 5 to 10 points, if they're 5 to 10 calories, it's a wash. I give it to myself as a freebie. So friends, that's the 6 ways I don't follow WW to the T. And I think the whole point of doing these types of videos is to show that although you may follow a plan, specifically in this instance, WW, you can do what works for you to make it sustainable in the long run. And I think that's really, really important, because if you stop doing something just because of one rule that's difficult for you, like for instance, me, it was like measuring those seasonings, that would have been impossible. I would have never stuck with a diet plan that long. So that is it. And I don't want to call it a diet plan. I'm trying to get out of that mindset. I have a video that I was talking about that. It really needs to be considered more of a lifestyle change at this point for me. So I am trying to stick with that. But I hope you enjoyed today's short little video. So leave me a comment and let me know which rules you don't follow on your health and weight loss journey that either WW tells you should follow, or if your plan tells you. Let me know. Bye. What am I doing, Rio? Am I counting? 1 reel. High five, Rio. Good boy.